Hello everyone, and thank you guys for tuning back into the channel. So in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is going over the two trades that helped me finish the week off in the green. And if you guys watched last video, you guys will remember that I said I had a $150 loss earlier in the week. But with these two trades, I managed to come back and end the week off in the green, which is always nice. So the first trade that I made was on COST. And if we go down to the trade history, we can see that I purchased a 280 strike put at 395, and I swing traded it for the next day on Friday and sold it at 410. The reason why the win was so small on this one was because the chart wasn't playing out as I wanted it to. So I decided to take profits because I actually was up on the trade. But I'll get more into that later on in the video when I actually pull up the chart and show you guys. But the next trade that I took was on BABA, and I actually traded BABA earlier in the week, and it was in last videos. But this time I traded the opposite, so instead of buying a call, I bought a put option. So I bought a put option for 630, and what my plan on this trade was, because it was getting really overextended, so I was just looking for a quick pullback, and that's exactly what I got. I ended up selling for $675, so it was a pretty nice and easy $45. So that's it for the trades that I made. Now I'm gonna go ahead over and switch to the TD Ameritrade charts to explain my analysis in full detail. So this is the COST chart, and so what I saw here on Thursday was that it was getting pretty overextended. The RSI was rising, it was near the 80 level, and the reason why I decided to buy a put option and why I thought it was going to go down was because, like I said, it was trading near its 52-week highs, and it actually hit a new 52-week high on Thursday, and it kind of got rejected after that. Like, it wasn't able to go any further up, and so that to me showed that a pullback was going to happen. And so what I did was I purchased the put option Thursday before close, and so my plan was to sell the next day in the morning. And so you can see that next day on Friday when it opened, there was a big well, not a big red candle, but it was a red candle. And the reason why I ended up selling in the first red candle instead of trying to hold for a bigger gain was because the overall market was rising. This was the day when SPY was able to break over the 300 mark. So that to me kind of made me worry a little bit, because although I still believe that it could drop, just the whole market sentiment was overall bullish, and so I didn't want to risk potentially losing on the trade because of the overall market sentiment. So I decided to take profits for a small $15 win, as you guys saw. And as you guys can see, it was actually a very good decision to take profits early in the morning, because it just continued to rise, and it got as high as 280. Right now it's trading at 275.44. So if we would have held on, we would have actually been losing money. So like I said, it's always good to know when there's a possibility of you being wrong. And so in this case, I was able to note that quickly, and able to close the trade for an actual profit rather than just hoping on and keeping the trade going when I really didn't need to. But that's pretty much it for this trade. Now I'm going to go ahead over to the BABA chart and explain to you guys that trade. So this is the BAB chart, and what I saw was that on Friday morning it started gapping up a lot, and I also saw that the RSI quickly started getting overbought. And so what I noticed was that it started uptrending pretty easily. Like, there wasn't any major resistance up until it got to the high 168 area. As you can see here, once it got to the high 168 area, it had pretty difficult time trying to cross the 169, to cross over to the 169. We can see that on this candle it got as high as 168.93. On the next one it was barely able to cross it, and it got rejected again. And so what my trade idea here was to wait and see if BABA was going to make a strong move above the 169 area, because since it was such a strong resistance, I knew that it would, if it was going to cross over, it was going to gap up anywhere from 20 to 30 cents, and it was going to happen quickly. So I was waiting for that move over the 169 area, and honestly, I didn't know if I was going to be able to trade it, because it was, like I said, it was getting rejected a lot. But it finally was able to cross over the 169 area, and I got, you can see on this first green candle, it got as high as 169.18, and on the following green candle, it got as high as 169.57. So as much as I would have liked to call the top at 169.57, I didn't call the top, because calling the tops are extremely difficult and you need to be extremely lucky. I got in at around 169.30, but that still gave me enough room to where I felt comfortable in this trade. And so as you can see, it topped out at the 169.57 area, and after that it started downtrending. You can see the big red candle. It dropped as far as 168.97 on that first red candle, and then on the following candle it dropped down as low as 168.78, and it slowly just kind of continued to drop down. I got out at around the 168.60 area, but it continued to drop. It dropped as low as like the 168.50 area, but overall you can see that on this trade, what made me profit was my entry, because I try to stress this a lot to the people who are in my group chat, that always wait for the right entry, because entry is key, and you don't want to like jump the gun on a trade. You always want to wait for like a confirmation and stick to a plan, because if you break your plan, then that leads to you not really focusing on the trade as much, and could lead to a loss. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.